everyone. Today at Sniff's Garden, here we got some nice cucumbers, right? We're going to be cutting the cucumbers up, and I'm going to be looking to make some bread and butter pickles, okay? So we're going to give you step-by-step how to do that. All right, enjoy.
So we're chopping up some cucumbers in 1/4 of an inch right now. So we're on our last cucumber. He's almost finished with it. We're putting the cucumbers in a bowl. Make sure you guys don't have too big of cucumbers. Need to be the right size. So we got our onions cut up. And now we're gonna put them in the bowl with the cucumbers.
All right. So this process we're doing, right, we're just trying to a little salt bath with the cucumbers, which is going. Next step is about a 1/2 cup of kosher salt. Make sure it's kosher salt, not iodized. And what this is going to do is going to take all the extra fluid out of the cucumbers, which will give us that crunchy pickle bite that we all like. Okay, so we're just gonna
Drizzle it.
there, and then we're just gonna mix it up.
In the fridge for 1 to 2 hours. Make sure the lid is on tight. So it's good.
After we took the mixture out, now we just gotta rinse cucumbers. Want to rinse it for about 2 minutes or so. Gotta get all that salt off of it.
These are the ingredients that you will be needing. Yes.
We got turmeric, pickle seed, vinegar, apple cider vinegar,
Brown
and some
sugar.
brown sugar. Okay. We'll start with 1 cup of white vinegar. Yeah.
Make sure it's over a pot ball thing.
Here we get 1/3 cup of apple cider vinegar.
It smells like vinegar.
Exactly. Now you can stop.
We are going to be putting the brown sugar in it.
Do about 2/3 cup.
Kind of hard to get it out. And now we are going to sterilize them in this pot, even the lids and stuff. Whoa.
Okay. Meanwhile, while those there, looks like our little brine mix is a nice boil. So, okay, now we're looking at our pickle, cucumber onion mix in here. Just give it a good stir. Get all the flavors in there. We're just going to let this come to a slow boil, about 5 minutes, and then we'll get them in our jar. So make sure they're all covered. Alright, so I'll just let that Slow little simmer for about 5 minutes.
Okay, so as you can see, it's boiling. It's really hot. But the next step is to take the jars out and the lids, and you have to wipe them down. You know, make sure you don't burn yourself because how hot it is. You can see. So yeah, you can just lay it on like a towel or something. You do have to wipe it.
Show them the pickle mix over there.
Yeah, so right here we have our pickle mix. So looks pretty good right now. Can I mix it?
Alright, so a couple things we're wiping. We want to make sure we get around the edges, right, the lip. It's important. And just drying off. Everything to be dry. Really hot. Okay. Okay, so the next step we're going to do is we're going to transfer our pickles into our jars. Okay, we'll get the brine last. But what I'm going to do, I don't have any special gadget like the canning gadget, so what I'm going to do is just use a little strainer. I'm just going to transfer it in here first. Okay, and then what we'll do is just look to fill them up. You want to fill them up to about 1/4 inch at the top. And I might have
Might have to press it down if it feels too much or over the jar. As you can see, he's doing it right now.
got a lot of so we got some actually big pickles. Let's see, get a couple more in here. Alright, so put those in there, just set it to the side, and just fill up the rest.
Okay, so we got all of the jars, as you can see. We might need another jar because we have some leftovers in the pot. So he's gonna go get the leftovers, and over here, we just have them sit down on the towel. I think these are gonna be really good. All of our jars filled up. We had to use 4 of them.
So now we're just going to take the brine, the rest of the brine, I'm just going to pour it in here, and then we're just going to use this just to finish off the.
Got some onions in there.
Yep, so we just really just want the brine. We just want to fill it up all the way. It's about a 1/4 inch from the top.
Right over here we have our pot boiling.
What's that for?
So we are going to put the lids on the jar, and then we are going to put the jars inside of this pot for 10 minutes. Once we're done putting on this end.
And that's the canning process. If you don't want to can them, you don't have to do that. You can just put the lid on them and put them in the fridge and eat them right away. But we're going to seal it with the can. As you notice, you keep looking at that, right? There's some air bubbles in there, so a lot of times you can get like a little knife. This, I got a little orange pillar. Just get on the sides, get the bubbles out. Right there, and then you know if you need to add a little bit more. So you can probably add a little bit more.
You have to try to put as much as you can in there.
Yep, about a 1/4 inch from the top there.
Yeah, 1/4 inch.
So, yep, those are good.
We are putting the lids on top of the jars.
Just want to make sure it's still dry. Top. Alright, and we just want to
Make sure it's on tight. Not tight like you can't open it, but you know, tight.
Okay, so we're going to do the sealing process. Right, and a lot of people have a canning pot. This is just a regular pot. So I'm just going to put these in here for 10 minutes. And this should give a good seal, so we just do a timer. Let those and then should be done
Pretty soon.
Alright.
So they just got done. Now we're taking them out. Probably really hot.
Yep, just let it
Dry.
sit for about 5 minutes. Then you can just recommend it to give a day or two to let the flavors get in there. And once it kind of cools down, then you want to check, make sure tops are in there.